we are going to understand what is a displacement reaction. We are going to discuss displacement reaction in a bit detail. If you remember, children, in the last class we have discussed the reaction of metals and non-metals with water, reaction of metals and non-metals with air, reaction of metals and non-metals with acids and bases. In today's class, that is in displacement reaction, we will see that how metals behave when they are reacted with salts. Okay, so what is a displacement reaction? By the name it suggests that something is displacing, okay, something is replacing. So basically in chemistry, displacement reaction is a reaction in which one strong metal replaces another weak metal from a salt solution. Okay, so to understand this, let's understand this with a very basic and simple example. Suppose there is a strong boy. Suppose there is a strong boy whose name is C. Okay, and there is one boy whose name is A. This A is very weak. Okay, this A is very weak. Also, this A boy want to play chess with a girl whose name is B. Okay, so now there comes a strong boy whose name is C. So this is a strong boy. So this strong boy also wants to play chess with this girl. Initially there was this boy who was very weak and he wanted to play chess with a girl called B. They easily paired up and they were playing chess. But after that there came a strong boy named C who also wanted to play chess with girl B. So what will happen? This strong boy, the C, can easily replace A. Yes, because he is very strong, so he can easily replace A and he can take this space here. So C can replace A from here and he can take its space, his space. So C will now play with B, okay, and he will replace A. Okay, and they both will paired up and they will form what? BC. Okay, so such type of reactions also happen in chemistry and we call them displacement reactions. Such kind of reactions in which one strong metal replaces another weak metal from any solution is known as displacement reaction. But here in chemistry, if we say AB, AB, so A is a weak metal. A is a weak metal, okay, and B is a non-metal. B is a non-metal. They both combine and they form salts. We remember that in neutralization reaction, when metal combine with non-metal, they form a salt. So this is basically a salt solution where A is a weak metal and B is a strong metal. And here this C is always a strong metal. Is a strong metal. They both react. When they both react, they give out the strong metal replaces A and takes the space with B. Okay, and A is being removed out. So this type of displacement reaction in which one strong metal replaces another weak metal from any salt solution is known as displacement reaction. Now understand them. Let's understand them with a very simple observation, okay, a simple activity. Suppose I have one beaker. Suppose I have one beaker, okay, in which I have taken copper sulfate, CuSO4, okay. So CuSO4 solution is blue in color, it will be blue, okay. With CuSO4, I will add zinc. Okay, CuSO4 is a salt solution and I am adding zinc to it. Zinc metal. Okay, zinc is a metal and I am adding zinc to it. Okay, so what do you think will happen? This zinc is a strong metal. It will replace the copper. This copper is a metal. This zinc will replace copper and it will form this, this beaker which was initially blue. It will turn out colorless. You will notice that the beaker which was initially blue in color, after the reaction it became colorless. What do you think would be the reason for that? The reason is that there was some kind of reaction in between these two compounds, okay, these two components, ZnSO4. Okay, ZnSO4. And where does that Cu goes? The Cu accumulates here at the bottom. Okay, and this is the displacement reaction. So initially we took blue solution of copper sulfate, which is a compound, and we put some zinc metal into it. We saw that after some time that blue solution converted or changed into colorless solution, because it was no more copper sulfate. After the reaction it became zinc sulfate, and zinc sulfate is colorless compound. Okay, and why this happened? Because zinc was more reactive than Cu. Okay, so it easily replaced Cu from its solution, and Cu was thrown out, but it was not actually thrown out, it accumulates here. Okay, now question is that how do we come to know that which metal is strong or which metal is weak? How do we come to know that which metal will replace or which metal will not be replaced? See, for that there is one reactivity series. We call it a reactivity series. Okay, so this is the arrangement of metals in increasing order of their reactivity. If you see it from the bottom, you will see that all the metals are arranged on the decreasing. If you will see from the top, this is the highly reactive metal. Highly reactive metal, as we studied that in our previous classes, that sodium and potassium, they are highly reactive. They react with the atmospheric temperature so easily. That's why they are stored in kerosene. Okay, so these are highly reactive metals, and as soon as you go down in the reactivity series, you will see that the last element is very weak metal. It will not replace anything. Okay, so this is the reactivity series. Zinc, all the metals which are above zinc, they are highly reactive. Below zinc, they are least reactive. So this is the reactivity series. Now let's take another example. Here. Suppose I will take another two beakers. Okay, suppose I will take one beaker in which I have taken copper sulfate. Okay, this is CuSO4. CuSO4. Now we all know that CuSO4 is blue in color. Copper sulfate, copper has blue color. Okay, so if you will make a solution of copper sulfate, it will be blue in color. Now we are adding some iron nails to it. Okay, you can easily get iron nails, and we are putting some iron nails into it. What do you think will happen? This iron metal is more reactive than copper. Okay, so it will replace it. Okay, and after some time you will notice that beaker has turned green. If you can do this experiment, you will see that after this reaction, okay, in short period of time, that blue solution was converted into green. The whole beaker converted green. Why? Because initially it was copper sulfate, blue in color, but after the reaction, it was no longer copper sulfate. It became FeSO4, that is ferrous sulfate. Okay, it was ferrous sulfate. That is why it was green in color. It happened because of displacement reaction, because iron is highly reactive, so it easily displaced copper from its solution, and copper is given out. It is actually not given out. You will find copper sulfate in the iron nails here. The iron nails which are settled at the bottom. Okay, you will find the copper layer above that. So that is the example, another example of displacement reaction. If you will see that in the reactivity series, you will see that iron is above the copper. Can you see it? This is copper. Okay, above copper it is iron. So it clearly means that iron is more reactive than copper. Okay, so that is why iron was able to replace copper from its solution. So this reaction is known as displacement reaction. Now let us try to understand another example of displacement reaction with the help of this equation. Suppose I will again take one beaker. In which I am taking ZnSO4, zinc sulfate. Okay, zinc sulfate is a salt, and it is actually colorless. it is colorless. Okay, it will be a colorless solution. I am putting some copper fillings into it. I am taking some copper fillings and I am putting those copper dust or copper fillings. It's like a nail inside the beaker. After some time, I will see that the beaker is again colorless. Why? The beaker, which was initially colorless, after the reaction, after some time, it was again colorless. It means that there was no reaction. It means that there was no reaction. Why? Can you reason out why? Because if you will see the reactivity series, you will notice that copper is below zinc. Zinc is here at the 5th number, at the 6th number, whereas copper is below zinc. It means that copper is less reactive. Copper is very weak, okay, and zinc is very strong. So a weak person cannot replace a strong person. Similarly, a weak metal can never replace a strong metal. So due to this reason, there will be no reaction in this case because weak metal cannot replace the highly reactive metal. Okay, so this is a displacement reaction. I hope children you must have understood that what is displacement reaction. Okay, so what is a displacement reaction? Let's see. A reaction in which one element, one metal, you can say one metal, one strong metal displace or remove another weak metal from its solution. Is known as displacement reaction. For example, the reaction between iron and copper sulfate. Okay, so the reaction between iron sulfate, that is Fe. The reaction between copper sulfate. We all know that copper sulfate is a salt which is blue in color. If you will react it with iron, so we know that iron is highly reactive than copper. If you will see the reactivity series, you will see that iron is above the copper. So it means that iron is more reactive than copper. Iron can easily replace copper from its solution. So the result will be FeSO4. Fe has replaced copper from its solution and he has in its place. Okay, so copper will be replaced by Fe because it has taken its place. If we take the example of that small boy, okay, supposing that Cu, that weak boy, remember the example at the beginning that I gave you? Cu is a weak boy whereas Fe is a strong boy. So he will replace the weak boy and it will take up the space there. Okay, and that weak boy will be thrown out. So this is the displacement reaction. This is the most important reaction in chemistry. I hope you have understood that. In the next class, children will be studying about the